Attention passionate New York Giants fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on New York Giants' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true New York Giants fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your friends and New York Giants fans. Let's get to the news. The NFL offseason is heating up, and one of the most intriguing rumors swirling around involves the Chicago Bears and the New York Giants. It's a trade that could significantly reshape the Giants' secondary, and consequently their entire defensive outlook for the upcoming season. Reports from NFL insiders suggest that the Bears, currently in tank mode after a disappointing 4-9 stretch post-Williams slump, are looking to move on from Jaylon Johnson, a cornerback who's been a lockdown presence when healthy. The Bears, who are sitting on a substantial cap over $14 million in 2026, are prioritizing youth and cap flexibility, especially with their secondary featuring young talents like Gordon, who already has 3 interceptions this season. The idea is to offload Johnson for a first-round pick swap in 2026 and a 5th-round pick, which would give them some much-needed cap relief and draft capital to rebuild the roster. Now, this isn't just about cap space or draft picks. It's about acquiring a true shutdown corner that can elevate the Giants' defense to a new level. Johnson, at just 26 years old, is considered elite by many analysts. His 2025 season was outstanding, with 5 interceptions, 13 pass deflections, and a PFF grade of 91.7, placing him among the top corners in the league. His ability to lock down top receivers is well documented, with a catch rate allowed of just 45% and an EPA per target of -0.43, which shows how disruptive he can be. Since entering the league in 2020, Johnson has compiled 16 interceptions and 55 pass breakups, earning All-Pro honors in 2024 after snagging 7 picks and scoring 4 defensive touchdowns. What makes Johnson so appealing to the Giants is not just his elite coverage skills, but also his physicality and consistency. He missed just 1 game in December 2025 due to a hamstring injury and has logged over 800 coverage snaps this season, maintaining a high level of performance throughout. His playstyle echoes the peak of players like Patrick Surtain, known for his coverage prowess and ball-hawking ability. The Giants, with a cap space of around $35 million, are in a prime position to add such a shutdown corner that could immediately upgrade their pass defense, which has been a chronic weakness for years. The Giants' secondary has struggled with injuries and inconsistency. Neighbors, their starting corner, has been out, and the overall pass defense has allowed a staggering 240 yards per game, ranking 27th in the league. Adding Johnson could bring that number down significantly, potentially projecting around 200 yards allowed per game, a near 18% improvement. His presence alongside Banks, who has an impressive PFF grade of 84.6, could transform the Giants' pass defense into a more intimidating unit. This move would turn their secondary into a lockdown legion, reminiscent of the Rams' secondary in 2020 that helped them secure a Super Bowl title by creating turnovers and shutting down elite receivers. Beyond just improving the pass defense, acquiring Johnson could also catalyze a mental shift in the team's approach. His ability to generate turnovers, with projections suggesting a rise from 1-0 to 1-8 turnovers per game, could give the Giants more short fields and scoring opportunities, especially important as their offense continues to transition with rookie quarterback and wide receiver units still finding their rhythm. With an offense averaging only about 190 yards per game, the defense's job becomes even more crucial, and Johnson's ball-hawking skills could be the catalyst for a significant boost in overall team performance. Looking at the long-term implications, this trade could elevate the Giants' chances of a deep playoff run. Their Super Bowl odds, which as of December 2025 sat at a staggering +50.0, could see a dramatic shift to around +20.0 with Johnson in the fold, according to FanDuel projections. The impact on their defense could be comparable to the 2019 Patriots or the 2020 Rams, teams that relied heavily on their secondary to make key stops and turn the tide of games. Johnson's ability to neutralize top receivers like CeeDee Lamb, who already has over 200 yards this season, would be a game changer, especially in high-stakes postseason matchups. This move also fits perfectly into the Giants' broader strategic rebuild. With a roster that's still developing, adding a player of Johnson's caliber gives them a veteran-like presence in the secondary while also injecting a new level of competitiveness and confidence. The combination of Johnson and Banks could create a formidable duo capable of rivaling the best in the league, reminiscent of the shutdown corners of the 1980s and early 2000s, but in a modern, dynamic NFL style. Of course, the trade isn't without its questions. Will the Bears accept the first-round swap and fifth-round pick? Can the Giants afford to give up the draft capital, especially considering their current roster needs? But the potential payoff is immense. Johnson's presence could spark a defensive renaissance, turning the Giants into a feared pass-stopping team capable of grinding out wins against high-powered offenses. The NFL is increasingly driven by aerial attack, and having a lockdown corner like Johnson could be the missing piece that pushes the Giants over the edge into playoff contention and beyond. In terms of team chemistry and locker room dynamics, Johnson's leadership and high football IQ would be vital. His track record shows he's not just a shutdown cover guy, but also a player who understands the game deeply. His addition could elevate the entire secondary unit, pushing players like Neighbors and others to elevate their game. The Giants have been rebuilding for a few seasons now, and this kind of move signals their serious intent to contend sooner rather than later. This potential trade also echoes the Giants' historic defensive strategies from the 1986 era, where their secondary was known as a shutdown unit that could make life miserable for opposing quarterbacks. Revitalizing that identity in today's NFL could be exactly what the Giants need to reestablish themselves as a top-tier defensive team. With the NFC East becoming more competitive, especially with the Eagles, Cowboys, and Commanders all vying for supremacy, having a top-tier corner like Johnson could be the difference-maker in tight games and playoff battles. In conclusion, a Jaylon Johnson trade to the Giants could be one of the most exciting moves of the offseason. It's a bold step, but one that aligns with the team's long-term vision of building a dominant defense capable of carrying the team deep into the postseason. The Giants are at a crossroads, and acquiring a player of Johnson's caliber could be the catalyst that propels them into serious Super Bowl contention, echoing the great defenses of the past but with a modern twist. Fans, get ready. This could be the move that sparks a new era of Giants football, one where their secondary becomes a feared fortress again. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest New York Giants news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, New York Giants fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Johnson is the right guy to elevate the secondary? Are you excited to see how this could impact the team's playoff chances? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Giants. Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Giants news. This offseason is shaping up to be one of the most exciting in recent memory, and I can't wait to see what's next for our beloved team. Let's go Giants!